When I started FilmLaab over 4 years ago, we were really good at making great work. But we started realizing that we were not actually good at keeping any of the money. There's a reason why we are all called starving artists as filmmakers, and I don't think it needs to be that way. In this video, I'm pulling back the curtain on how we are trying to do this better. How do we run a successful production company, making the art and the things that not only we are fulfilled by, but is also something that our clients need and want, while doing it in a way that's sustainable both financially and for our own mental health. If you're a filmmaker trying to figure out how to build something sustainable, this one is for you. I want to do this by sharing the story behind a recent production in LA as a case study, breaking down how we stack shoots, negotiate costs, work with multi-talented crew or creative, land brand partnerships, and just structure things in a way that's going to help us win financially. For example, we got hired to do a production in LA, so we know that this project is worth $50,000. Out of that, that's just straight revenue. We need to figure out how much can we afford to pay the talent, how much can we afford to pay locations, how much time can we personally afford to spend on shooting these different scenes, how long do we think it's going to take us in post, are there props that need to be bought? All of those things need to be taken into account before. So when we started looking at the $50,000, taking some of the travel costs and other expenses of us staying out there, you can see how very quickly our revenue is going to be cut into and our end profit is going to be nowhere near that $50,000. And we thought, okay, if we're already going to be out there, is there a way that we can maximize the time, the expenses of traveling, bringing all of our gear and team out there, and be able to tack on some additional content and additional shoots? So we had back-to-back shooting days. We shot the Owala campaign and immediately moved into shooting for Make Wellness, and then at the very tail end, we shot something for Dead Last. It was kind of this small and mighty crew of us four really leading the creative charge. And the reason we stuck with such a small crew is because we all know each other's strengths and weaknesses. So if I need to grab the tilted nucleus and start pulling focus, I could do that. We had Mike, who is our photographer, also grabbing the BTS camera and getting some of these things. And being able to pass things back and forth helped us be very efficient, helped us move quickly on set, and really just made it more of an enjoyable experience.
Same plane as the back hall, you know? Yeah.
Hey.
I'm good if we're good on
How y'all doing? Death is not in the budget.
Safety first.
Safety.
Safety first, then teamwork, right?
Yes, safety, teamwork, food. Those are all the important things.
Shoot's going well.
What are we stoked on?
So I'm just stoked on this top-down lighting we're getting. We've never been able to really do that well because we've always just had really heavy, sourcey lights. But now with these kind of LED panels that we got from Godox, we're able to get some stuff that normally we never could.
We had it over here earlier, we got it right here, and it's always out of frame. I like that we can rig it up without stands. That's my biggest thing. So a lot bigger frames.
On this production, Godox sent us out some lights that we had been wanting to utilize and keep for some of these shoots. Now, they just asked us to be able to share some of our experiences with that, right? That was cost savings for us, not having to spend the money on the products, but it also helped us get unique shots and things that we've never been able to get. Now, I'm somebody who has always loved a nice, soft, top-down light. It feels like it can be really natural because there's obviously overhead lights in most rooms that you're in, but it's gonna be a lot more flattering, a lot softer, and give more of that cinematic look that we normally haven't been able to do. Again, so grateful to be able to have lights and use equipment like this. It made all the difference for this shoot and kind of giving that intense athletic vibe we were going for in these scenes. So if utilizing these lights or getting some other gear is something that you're interested in from Godox, go check out the link in the description. Use the code FilmLaab for a discount. Again, shout out to Godox. Thanks for sharing those lights with us.
Might have got better. You nailed that. There was like, did you feel a little bit of sweat too? That was so
I
perfect.
sweat really easily.
That's good, that's good.
And then
And
you
you
were like-
more for that, honestly. That helped.
She was like looking over to the side so you could see more of her eye instead of just.
It was so good.
Perfect.
So let me give some context for what we were shooting for Make Wellness. They wanted us to showcase their products being used in a lifestyle scenario. We're showcasing them in these semi-aspirational activities that people look at and be like, I want to be like that person. And we're gonna be creating this for social media assets for them, a library of footage that they can just bank and utilize for things in the future, as well as an upcoming event. So you may have noticed that the industry is shifting. Clients no longer want to throw a huge budget at just one campaign video. They're looking for something much more comprehensive. They're looking for a strong brand video. They're looking for social assets. They're looking for great photography and intentional assets to be used across a variety of platforms, reaching the different potential customers that they want to speak to. So with that, content needs to be more intentional than ever. You have to not think about it as one video. You have to think about it as a full campaign. What is the brand trying to say, and who are they trying to speak to? We're now expected to have strategy, intentionality, and ultimately see some great performance out of the assets that we are making for our brands. While we were out there, we got 4 different talent and we doubled up on different locations and activities that they could do. Somebody was running and they were also doing yoga. We got somebody else who went for a run and also did some skateboarding. Some people working in the gym, some people boxing, some people taking the supplements in the kitchen. That was intentional to help us showcase how the product moves with them with intention throughout their life. Now the footage we have here is really just showing us on the second day, because honestly, we didn't take any footage or BTS the first day. We were so busy and so tired. So the second day, we rented out a local gym and had a few different looks depending on the angle we were going for. That was gonna help us get a lot of versatility out of the location.
How'd you find this place?
Peerspace. Yeah, and I just messaged them. I was like, hey, it's kind of steep, $500 an hour. Can we do $300 an hour and you get your cleaning fee down? And they're like, yeah. So sometimes we don't ask because we don't want to offend. We don't want to not give people the rates that they're asking for. And I will say in most scenarios, in most cases, I always try to pay what they're asking. But sometimes the budget just doesn't justify it. It was gonna be an empty gym, so why not make an extra $1,200? They were happy to do it. So it's important for us to be intentional and thoughtful with the creative choices that we're making, the things that we're promising our client, and how we're actually pulling those logistics together. Nice, okay. Hard cut to this pre-existing thing that you were just drinking at the gym.
Whoa.
Yeah, so let's just get a shot of you shaking it, bringing it up, drinking it, same deal. That looks great.
That was a good smile.
I think we're solid. Jade, you are wonderful.
You're up.
Thank you so much. That's a wrap on Make Wellness.
Thanks for sticking around for a little bit.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, sorry we went a little bit long there, but you've been delightful. So as you can see, we love doing this. We've been doing this for a long time, filming commercials and projects and making things that are actually helpful and useful to our clients is something that we find a lot of fulfillment and joy in. So if you're a brand or you know somebody who would like to work with us, feel free to check us out. The link is gonna be below the like button. Now, obviously, this week in LA was very financially beneficial to us, right? We were able to get a big project with La Walla. We were able to do something for our retainer clients, Make Wellness. And we were also able to shoot a campaign for our Dead Last Race capsule launch, right? That's a win. But that being said, we made sure it's a win for everybody. I believe on this trip, we spent over $35,000 giving that to talent, giving that to other creatives, and utilizing contractors to give them work. And that is one of the most fulfilling parts of a business, is not only being able to make money to take care of your own family and your lives, but also be able to help equip other artists and creatives with opportunities to work. Again, I'm not sharing all these numbers or anything to flex. I'm trying to give greater insight into how we're running our business and the greater level of intentionality we are trying to have in order to make this business sustainable. There's a reason why we are all called starving artists as filmmakers, and I don't think it needs to be that way. Video has never been more important to brands or businesses, and so you need to be more intentional about how you're quoting things out and about how you're tracking your expenses and building out projects so that at the end of the day, not only can you win financially and your client has something that they're proud of, but also this is something that you can continue to keep up for the long term. I do believe that the world needs artists and needs us to be able to keep going. So I hope you enjoyed this little insight, this kind of pull back, peek behind the curtain on what we did to help make this trip to LA something that was enjoyable and sustainable. If you want to see the final piece that we were able to put together for Make Wellness, feel free to watch it at the end, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Hello, you. Hello, new. Hello, early. Hello, pump, push. Hello, energy, effort. Hello, movement. Hello, goals and real swole the best you've ever looked. Hello, PRs and PBs. Goodbye, couch sitting and TV, or tired and groggy, lackluster and foggy. Instead, say hello to a new version of you. And say hello to Make Wellness, to see what you really can do.